This resource is designed for students to offer advice and guidance on how to ask for and respond to particular kinds of feedback on written work from supervisors and postgraduate mentors. Feedback is a funny thing. As writers, we both long for and dread it in equal parts. There is often a tension between the feedback we want to get, the feedback we actually need, and then the feedback we end up getting. Usually, we want only positive feedback, and preferably that which enables us to finish off revisions quickly so that we can move on. Often, though, what we need is constructive criticism that challenges our thinking so that we can develop our writing and parts of our argument. We need sometimes to do substantial revisions to improve our writing and to learn more about ourselves as writers. Too often, though, what we get is neither, as feedback at this level can fall short of our expectations. So what can we do as postgraduate students to proactively seek the kinds of feedback we need so that we can become more capable and reflective writers? We need different kinds of feedback at different points in a research and writing process. Rather than assuming your supervisor or mentor will know what you need assistance with at this point, you need to consider politely but clearly requesting specific kinds of help. For example, it would probably be frustrating to get lots of feedback about spelling errors or referencing mistakes on an early draft, when what you need to know is whether your voice is starting to emerge and your thinking and reading are moving in the right direction. Thus, think about negotiating this with your supervisor if you have not already done so. Ask if you can send shorter pieces of work, a few sections of a chapter rather than a whole chapter, and receive feedback on whether you are moving in the right direction with your writing and emerging argument, or whether your structure is clear, for example. Have a look at the following examples of emails written to supervisors for a little bit of guidance on this. In this example, note how the student has started with a summary of the piece of writing they are sending, before indicating what they are stuck on and would like feedback and further help with. Note, in these two examples, the same basic structure: a polite greeting, a summary of the piece of writing that has been sent, and a request for or indication of the help that the student would need at this point. When you do receive feedback, you should go through all of the comments carefully. Think about what you need to do to address your supervisor's comments. You could divide this into small, easy tasks like correcting simple errors, and then larger tasks like more reading that needs to be done, or moving different sections around, or extending and adding to the writing. You can also consider feedback you could rebut. Are there suggestions you would prefer not to act on? And if so, why? Think on two levels here. On the one level, what is the feedback saying about this chapter or piece of writing that you can act on now to improve it? Then think about the feedback on a meta level. What is it saying about your writing more generally? What can you learn from this round of feedback that you can use as a lesson for further pieces of writing? For example, if you need to adjust the tone of your writing or curb your use of long sentences, you could take this lesson into other thesis writing beyond the current draft that you are revising. To close, if you are already fortunate enough to have a relationship with your supervisor that enables this kind of feedback exchange, keep working to nurture it from your side. If you are only getting feedback right now from your supervisors, consider widening the circle. Start a writing circle if you can with fellow students on your campus, where you can share your work with them and they can do the same, and you can offer as well as receive feedback. You can learn a great deal about writing from giving feedback as well as receiving it. If you are not currently proactively seeking feedback from your supervisor or mentor, consider approaching them to ask if this would be possible. Summarize the current piece of work you are sending them in a covering email and indicate what you would most appreciate help with at this point. Hopefully your request will be met with a constructive response. If it is not, don't give up. Lean on peers, mentors, and writing support spaces on your campus. There are different sources of useful feedback on your writing, but the bottom line is to be as proactive as you can be. Good feedback won't just find you.